For machine 2, we need to install our 120 machine onto this bracket. First, we have to remove these 2 screws from the bracket. We need to mount this part onto our 2200 machine first. All right, let's take a look at the mounting block on this machine. How do we install the mounting block? The OS side should face down and be pressed tightly against the top. We must install it this way, not the other way. It has to be installed like this. If you install it the other way, you won't be able to tighten the screws properly. So we need to install it this way. For this installation, we need to attach the 2 diagrams, one above and one below. We hang the machine onto this bracket here. Once you see that it's properly hung, just install these 2 screws, and that's it. When installing the machine onto the bracket, first, this piece here, there is a load-bearing screw on it. It must face upwards. It cannot face downwards. It absolutely has to be installed facing up. After making sure it faces up, we then install this part here. Once it's installed, you just need to hang the machine onto it from above. Once you've hung it in place, then secure these 2 screws. This bracket actually has 2 screws, as mentioned earlier. If the direction is reversed, if this piece is facing down and this one is also facing down, then when we install it, we must make sure to try it with the piece facing up. This way, it can serve as a load-bearing support when hung up. It can also function as a load-bearing part, but if we reverse it, if this fixed part is facing down, if the fixed bracket is facing down, then it won't be able to serve as a load-bearing support anymore. All right, next we'll assemble the electric pusher for the 2200 machine. Before assembling, let's first install the mounting plate for the electric pusher. If you receive the parts as 2 separate pieces, you'll need to assemble them together. First, we remove the 3 screws, align the 2 posts with the 2 holes like this, and press them together. Hold it in place. Then secure the 3 screws tightly. Make sure to tighten all 3 screws securely. After tightening them, what's next? We need to install this sliding groove. Just press it on. Before installing, we need to loosen these screws a bit, otherwise it won't fit properly. I actually feel like there are petals or something stuck right down in this sliding groove mechanism here. Let's screw the screws in. Then I suggest, could you please take a look at this and verify it for me? If it gets stuck, use the handle to tighten these 4 screws. Secure it in place. All right, moving right along. Next, we'll go ahead and install this palm piece onto the assembly. We'll adjust this pusher, pull it out, and then you'll see this palm piece. There's a notch here, and there's also a notch on this side on the table. You can only attach it in this direction so that the notch lines up. Once it's in place, there are 2 screws that we need to install. Screws. The screws, there are screws on both sides. Once both screws are installed, it should look like this, and our palm piece is now installed. All right, now let's proceed with the installation. The power supply for the electric arm, the power cable, and also the power cable for the column. We'll install those first. Also, the power supply for the electric base and its data cable. Here we have 2 cables. All right, here you can see the data cable connecting the main unit and the electric arm, and this is the connection point for the power cable. First, let's take the adapter, the power adapter, this end of the power adapter. Look, we attach this end together. There's a screw here, a knob. After tightening it on this end right here, directly in the center, we also attach it here. All right, next you select this power cable. The back of this chassis is now installed and we've set it up inside the enclosure. The battery has just been installed and now I'll connect this power cable. Once the motor's power cable is plugged in, we'll have the motor power cable set up. The one you mentioned. Count it. This is the data cable running from the control panel to the main unit. There's a cover on this side of your base and we can put it on. Lift it up, just lift it up. Pull it outwards, just pull it out. Right over here, there's a connector that directly connects into this particular component of our system. This one. This is for the retracting part, right here on our electric arm. This is the power supply, the power system, the power, and your peripheral limit has already been set up properly. Next, we'll connect this power supply bracket. The power supply ultimately needs to be fixed onto our support frame. The power supply must be secured to our support frame. First, remove this part. Here we have a power supply and we need to secure it onto this. We just secure it like this. The bracket must always face downward because this slot is designed to support the adapter so it won't fall down. But if we install it like this, it would be upside down. So we have to make sure to place it correctly. All right, there are screw holes on both sides inside here. We just need to use screws to secure it. Let's begin. Just screw the screw in like this. We need to add a washer. There's a white module inside and then put it in. We just need to press the nut onto the nut and that's it. Tighten both sides at the same time. We can't have the power supply like this. Use zip ties to secure both sides like this. Finally, we proceed to install the main power and securely connect the power supply to the system. All right, these two connections, one is for the electric ground power supply and the other is for our main unit's power supply. Okay, now let's install the air push rod for the print head. This is for blowing away dirt on the print head, for blowing air. First, we need to install it here at the screw hole, here are the screws. Little bird. All right, screw it in properly. Yes, screw it in tightly. On this side, we're good to go. Attach the tube here, insert it right here. This is the other end. Remove this part on top of the cab and then insert ours. Right here. This step is done. Now what are we installing next? the photoelectric sensor. Let's do it. For the photoelectric sensor, by default, it comes with a connector. Since we've plugged it in this time, we need to cut off this end. After cutting, you'll see 3 wires. The brown one is the power wire, the blue one is the ground wire, 0 volts, and the black one is the signal wire. Next, let's open this cover. Once we open it, it will display, it will show up. P18 is right here. All right, we'll install the 3 wires of the photoelectric sensor here. Insert the wires into the slots and then tighten the screws on top of the slots to secure them. Once they're in, the order is 1, 1, 2, 3. That means 1 connects to the power wire, 2 connects to the signal wire, and 3 connects to 0 volts, the blue wire. Let's start with number 1. Okay, let's connect the brown wire first. Put it in. Add a screw on the side. Tighten it up. Number 2 is the signal wire, which is the black one. Okay, the black wire. That's it. Take the black wire, place it into the middle slot, and ensure it's secured there. Now for the blue wire, just like that. The third one. All right, secure the blue wire, the black and blue wires. This works like a 24 volt, 24 signal wire, 3D wires. Okay. With this, we've finished wiring this part of the job site. It needs to be installed properly. This protective cover here. I can just securely place the cover on right now. Now let's install the start valve, If our machine is equipped with an automatic valve, then we install the automatic valve. If not, and we have this mounting plate, we use this plate to cover this opening. This one, we cover this opening. Let's install this plate first and take a look at it. If you're not installing the cable entry hole, then you need to install this plate. No matter which one you're installing, you need to install this plate. Here we have 2 screws. These 2 screws need to be removed so we can take out this plate. Let's remove them first. Just remove the 2 screws on the side here. I've already removed them, so let's take it off now. This way you can remove it. After taking it off, lift the cover upwards to remove it. Just pull on the cover and it will come off. If we're not installing that cable entry, then we need to install this one. We need to block this hole, right? Otherwise, we just need to remove these 2 screws, take out these 2 screws like this. After that's done, we can move on to the next step. After installing these 2 components, we then install this cover plate. Basically, if we're not installing the drive valve this time, we just need to cover this up directly. But if we are installing the drive valve, then this plate is not needed. We just keep it as a spare. All right, when we install this inlet chamber, this is called the startup chamber. When we install the startup chamber, after removing this cover plate, the board is too wide to fit in, right? It just won't go in. So we need to pull out the main board. To do that, there's a screw here. I've already removed it. There's a screw here. Ah, the screw hole. I've already removed the screw here, and there's also a screw on this side. After removing these 2 screws, we can pull the board back. It can be pulled out. We just need to pull it out a little bit, and then we can install the Qinglong valve. Before installing, remove the 2 layers of screws, take off these 2 screws on top. We can thread it through, just thread it through. The tube should face upward. Only in this direction can it be inserted properly. I'll pull it up from below. How about this? There are 2 screw holes here. We remove the screws and then install them. Then feed it through here. There are 2 wires on top, 2 ribbon cables. These 2 ribbon cables are foolproof. They can only be plugged in the correct way. One goes into this port and the other goes into this port. It's designed to prevent mistakes, so we can't plug them in wrong. This ribbon cable goes into this port, and this one goes into this port. The larger ribbon cable goes into this port. The larger ribbon cable plugs into this port. All right, let's continue. Once these two wires are installed, they're set, but if it's difficult to install them this way, we can unplug all the wires from this side of the main board. After unplugging them, we can pull the main board out. Once it's out, it will be much easier to install everything. That should do it. I'll connect everything first, then we'll put it back in place. All right, now this part. Once the system is set up, the installation is complete. We just need to remove these two screws from the main board and then reinstall them, and that's it. Just hold the screws on both sides and secure them, and that's all you need to do. Why are we installing this? What do we need to do next? After I didn't install these two screws properly. So for example, in this case, all right, that's the overall installation situation. Let's take a look at our 220 machine and see what precautions there are. The most important thing is that this is our air outlet pipe. This must be the air outlet pipe, which is connected in the middle to the back of the labeling wall. This is the air outlet pipe, and this pipe here is our air inlet pipe, which is directly connected to our air supply. Air inlet pipe, air inlet pipe. This pipe here, this suction pipe, is for the air blowing rod below, the one that blows air at the nozzle. Also, when we install the labeling plate, the gap here, this palm width, using the nozzle's printing port as a reference, should be about 5 millimeters, around 5 millimeters. Don't make it too long, just about 5 millimeters. This is one very important thing that you really need to keep a close eye on.